Hello, hello. Welcome to of 2022. We are so honored and excited to have you here. Oh, am I frozen? Darn. Sorry, did I freeze?
You're back.
Start
again.
All right, starting over. And take two. Welcome to our What is Coaching call. My name is Jen. We are so excited to welcome you to our first call of 2022, telling you all about this incredible coaching opportunity. We want to be really mindful of your time tonight, so we are hoping to keep it to 30 minutes. And we do invite you as we go, if you have any questions, please, this is your opportunity to ask us any questions that you may have. Please drop them in the chat. Don't be shy. We will do our best to answer all of your questions tonight. So what is a coach? You know, a lot of people, when they're first approached with the idea of becoming a coach, they're like, ooh, I don't know, because the idea of like, what is a coach, right? So it's funny because we are not fitness experts. We are not nutrition gurus. We aren't experts like that. We are women and men who have been on their own health and wellness journeys and are helping to lead and link arms with other people on the ride and bring them along to join and get healthy together. There's also an incredible business opportunity here and an opportunity to mentor other people in building massive businesses. We have an incredible team here with the sisterhood, and we are really, really excited to welcome you here. So tonight we've got a few coaches from our team that are going to share some of their personal experiences of how they got started and what coaching's done for them. And then at the end, we're going to answer some frequently asked questions. So I am going to toss it to Erin to start us off tonight.
Hey guys, this is so exciting. Nice to see so many new faces here. My name is Erin Courtney and I are sisters. We created the sisterhood together 4 years ago, and now it just feels like time is flying by. So before I started as a coach, I was a mom of two, still am a mom of two. My kids were 6 and 4 and 6. I worked in human resources in the Department of National Defense. I was that crazy mom that like felt like I was like go every single day, and I would crash at the end of the day. Like it literally was like get up, get my kids to school, figure out dinner after, like go to work, rush all day, figure out what the hell I was feeding my kids for dinner, then bring them to the rink. My kids are both in like rink sports. Then I would get them home, back, bed, and like literally crash. Like I felt like I was running a mile a minute and I didn't have I had 0 minutes for myself. And I remember my sisters and my mom were all deciding to do this like workout program in January 2018. And I literally only decided at the last minute to do it with them because I didn't want to be left out of their like group chat and all of like their inside jokes and everything. So I was like, fine, I'll figure out how the hell I'm going to do this. And lo and behold, I ended up like rediscovering myself in the basement in the like wee hours of the morning. And at that point, my son was like one of those crazy early risers that like woke up in the 4s. Like people were like, oh my God, my kid won't sleep in past 6. And I was like, no, my kid wakes up in the 4s. Like I had no way of escaping him every morning, but somehow figured out to set him up with some sort of Cheerios or activity and did a workout every single morning. And like I said, lo and behold, I felt like I rediscovered who I was. I felt like I found purpose in my day, purpose in my life outside of the working mom hustle, outside of being a mom. Like I felt like I rediscovered a hobby and something that I loved. And it was like every single day I was just dropping like these buckets into my confidence bucket. And I just felt like I grew out of the mom life. Like I felt like I was in the trenches and I like was clawing out. And near the end of that program in, spring of 2018, I remember Courtney and I talking. And at this point, I had known about the coach opportunity. I had met this woman in Mexico years before, and she was amazing. She was a coach, and I didn't know what that was, but she was just so positive, and she had like so much light. And I followed her from thereafter and just felt very drawn to what she was doing. And I would be lying if I didn't say that coaching kind of like, I just felt curious. I wasn't like, I had no idea what she did all day. I had no idea what her actual business was, but I felt drawn to it and I couldn't explain it. But after that program, my sister was talking about, like, she had just moved to the States, she didn't have a job, and I was like, you should do this, like, you should be a coach. She's so energetic and dynamic and people are drawn to her, and I knew that she would have a big impact on people's lives, but I would never do it myself. I literally convinced Courtney to do it because it felt easier to convince her to do something great than to admit that I wanted to do it myself. Like, I was, now looking back, I can see I was very afraid, very scared. But really, I ultimately thought that I was above it. Like, I had a really great career in the federal government. I was a manager. I was working up my way to executive. I felt like a professional. I didn't think people at work would respect it. And I just thought I was really above it until I couldn't stop thinking about it. And Courtney started it. And then I was just like, I felt like a crazy person who couldn't stop thinking about this thing. And lo and behold, I finally decided to do it. And it literally is the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. It's changed every aspect of my life. Now, 4 years later, I've since left the federal government. I'm no longer a manager in human resources. I no longer do that hustle and bustle and like stress a single day. Like, live for my own hours of the day now. I create my own schedule now. I create my own financial freedom. I feel like I've become more of a confident human being than I was when I was like struggling in the depths of working mom life. We have way more financial freedom now. Like, the opportunity that coaching has created for me financially, like, I'd never in my wildest dreams thought it would be this. And it's literally touched every single aspect of my life: my family, my spouse relationship, my relationship with myself, my friends. Like, every aspect of my life has been positively impacted by the decision to become a coach. And man, I really just wish I could go back to that person in 2018 who was like unsure of what the hell I was getting into, and just be like, this is the right path. You're meant to do this. So I could talk all night, but I want to share the stage here today. So I'm going to pass it over to Sarah, who's going to talk a little bit about her story too.
Awesome. Thanks, Erin. Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah. I've been coaching for 2.5 years. I have 2 young kids at home, 3 and 5 years old, and I'm also a grade 8 teacher. When I first joined this community, I joined, as most people do, as a client. I was at the very end of my mat leave. I was suffering with postpartum anxiety and depression. None of my back to school clothes fit. Like, I just felt awful. And I felt like I just needed to make a little bit of change so I could feel comfortable in my clothes going back to work. So that's kind of why I started doing these programs. I was kind of seeing this as a quick little fix. Once I got the results I was looking for, like, my track record shows, like, having that active lifestyle other than playing sports maybe once a week just wasn't my thing. So I was about 6 weeks into doing these programs. I didn't have a crazy transformation or anything, but I had shown up more consistently than ever before in my life. And it was at that point that I was invited to the coaching opportunity. And honestly, like, I was taken back by it. Like, I wasn't sure if it was like an error or a joke or something. Like, I felt so unqualified. Like, okay, big deal. I've been working out for 6 weeks. Like, how am I supposed to help other people? I didn't really know how to use social media. I feared posting anything. Like, if you scroll to my old pictures, like, it's all my kids. I had no time, like, literally 2 weeks back to work, a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old at the time, teaching full time. Like, I had this massive list of reasons as to why I couldn't, shouldn't, and didn't want to do this. But on the other side, I saw that this would bring the ultimate accountability to my life. I knew if I decided to coach that I would put myself out there, and it would put that pressure on me to continue to show up. And even just in those 6 weeks, making those little changes, I was starting to feel better. I was starting to feel happier. I was starting to just, like, again, kind of like what Erin said. And I decided, you know what, this terrifies me. I don't even know if I'm going to be good at this. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it just for me and my own journey. And it has paid off that exactly. 2.5 years, I am still doing this. I've released 60 pounds, which back then when I started in August of 2019, that wasn't even on my radar. I just kind of accepted my body and where I was as like an after kids thing. And I know for a fact that the only reason I've had this success physically is because I'm a coach. Still to this day, there are so many mornings, and I see some of the women in my community here, that I wake up because I know people are waiting for me, they're watching for me, and they're depending on me to show up. So releasing that weight, sure, that was like kind of my reason as to why I wanted to say yes to coaching. But what I didn't realize is everything that I was going to gain. I'm a happier, more patient, more present mom with my kids, more confident about myself. I'm just like all around a happier, just better human. I look at life differently since coaching. My job every day is to show up and like make little improvements to be a little bit better and to be able to help other people do that as well. And it's just surpassed all of my expectations. I cannot tell you how incredible it feels when you've invited someone maybe a couple times, maybe they're a family member or a friend, or maybe someone that you just meet on Instagram and you invite them for a couple of times and they join you, and then they are sending you that message back thanking you for giving them that nudge, because that incredible change that you are making to your life, they are starting to see as well. I've had so many clients, some that have lost like large amounts of weight, some that have improved the relationship with their spouse just because they were taking that time for them, some that have come off of anxiety medication, like so many different ways. What we do as a coach impacts other people. And even though our number one job is us, it's incredible to see what us putting ourselves out there, and just like by being brave and by being vulnerable and inviting people to do this with us, it's incredible to see the impact that it has on the people around you. In terms of my family, like one thing I really, really didn't expect out of this business was the income potential. When I first started, I was like, okay, if I can make enough money to pay for my products every month, then this hobby isn't going to cost me anything. I truly didn't expect to be able to like grow a big income. I figured people who had success in this business had like tricks up their sleeve, or I don't know, you had to be like the best of the best. But I've basically been coaching through COVID. And at the beginning of that, my husband was laid off work with all the things going on in the world, and having the additional income from coaching kept us afloat. And fast forward to now, it's allowed me to go down to part-time teaching so I can focus more on my family. I can be even more present with my kids. I can continue to grow this business while also teaching. And more than anything, it's really just changed my mindset about what's possible for me and my family and our future and the things that we get to do. And it's honestly just like surpassed my expectations in all the ways. And I'm so grateful that 6 weeks into my journey, feeling like super self-conscious, I was invited to this opportunity. So when you get off the call later tonight, after you hear from the other girls, I really want to encourage you to ask yourself 3 things. Could your own personal journey benefit from some kind of extra accountability? Would it make you proud? Would it make you happy to inspire other people to make healthy lifestyle changes, the changes that you are already making yourself? And could your household benefit from some kind of additional income, whether that's you paying for your products, you paying for groceries or daycare, you taking your family to Disney, you growing a large business? Like, could your household benefit from some kind of additional income? And if you're saying yes to one of those things or all of those things, I truly, with my whole heart, think that this would be a great fit for you. So I'll pass it off to you, Court.
Hey guys, thanks so much. Sarah, I really love hearing you speak. My name is Courtney. I'm Erin's sister. Like she mentioned, I was coach number 1 in the sisterhood, solely based on Erin's peer pressure to make me do this. But in all reality, when I started these programs, I had one goal, and that goal was to lose weight. For my entire life, my weight has been something that is directly tied to my happiness. And it's been a real struggle. And also, I watched my mom struggle with that my entire life. So I think I was like destined to be a yo-yo dieter. So when I joined these programs and I started to do 80-day obsession with my sisters, like Erin mentioned, I lost like 15 pounds in that first phase 1. And it was day 26 when Erin said, you should coach. I'd always kind of like seen people doing network marketing, like selling like skincare or whatever online, is kind of like, ooh, like good for you, but not for me. But in that moment when Erin said you should coach, I honestly, I really thought about the pros and cons. I was like, I don't want to work for anyone. I literally despise when anyone tells me what to do. So I want to be my own boss. I feel like this would help me follow through on my weight loss goal, which was the only goal that was the most important thing. And I just started to look at the lifestyle that people that were successful at network marketing had. And I thought I kind of want all of that. The only only thing really holding me back is putting myself out there on social. So when I did that pro and con list, I was just like, F it, like I'm gonna do it. And that day I started an Instagram and I started to coach, and I had 0 clients, guys. I had 0 Instagram followers. I'd never posted an Instagram story. I was scared shitless of what people were going to think of me online. But I just thought, like, what the heck? Like, this is my life. And honestly, if I could make an income and work for myself and do it at home, like that would be my dream life. So why don't I go out and chase that? So I did. And lo and behold, 4 years later, we are an extremely successful team. And I am so freaking proud of that. But the most important thing for me about coaching is who it's helped me become. Because when I started coaching, I had so many addictions and vices and mindset issues surrounding fitness, nutrition, and all that stuff. And what coaching has done for me has had me look in the mirror every freaking day and think, what do I need to work on? How can I improve my lifestyle? How can I improve my health and wellness? Because showing up on social media is one thing. Showing up authentically on social media is the calling. That's the calling here as a coach, is to show up authentically on social media and share your journey, because that's what resonates. That's what hits home. That's what has people be like, look at her, is your vulnerability to share your journey authentically. So for me, while I was smoking darts before my workout and then getting online and sharing like, look at me and my workout moves, like that doesn't feel authentic. So I took a hard look in the mirror and realized, I guess I have to quit smoking, right? Everything in my life that was holding me back from showing up authentically as like a health and wellness like motivator, I had to truly work towards. I didn't show up perfect. I didn't start perfect. I'm still not perfect, but I'm like genuinely working on that. You know, I still really struggle with nutrition. So that's my goal this year, is like gut health. I just ordered a book called Food Freedom. Like, and those are the things that I'll share on social media. And those are the things that help me remain authentic and help me growing in this business. The biggest gift of coaching for me is the accountability to continue to be my best self. Even showing up for a call like this, I'll never forget, and I shared this on my social, early in our coach career, I was sick and I wanted to cancel our coach call. And I said to Erin, like, let's cancel this call. And she's like, no, like we don't cancel. And I was like, oh, shoot. And we didn't cancel. And I've continued to not cancel, both in my health and fitness journey and in my freaking business. This community is something that it's like no other. It's the piece I never knew I needed. Like, I didn't think I needed more friends. I'm not really like as much as I show up on social media every day, like I still consider myself not really a social media person in the sense of like making new friends, you know, but this coach community is incredible. And it has allowed me to connect and make friends with women that have those same values that I hold so dear. Family, time freedom, health and wellness. Like, I want to live a healthier, happier life. And I'm all of a sudden surrounding myself with those people. So becoming me is what coaching has brought most to my life. And I think that everyone that joins my team would agree that push to become your best self is truly, truly a gift. So that's a little bit from me. And now we are going to answer some frequently asked questions.
Thank you so much. And I echo all of that about how much this adds to your accountability and, like Court said, showing up as the best version of yourself. So let's get down to the nitty gritty. Everybody wants to know like some of the details. So first of all, how much does this cost? There is a coach fee that you pay each month. In the US, it's $15. In Canada, it's $19 a month. That pays for your coach office, which is a place that Beachbody provides you to keep track of all of your customers, to keep track of all of your earnings, everything like that as well. We have access to their customer service, which is incredible. We do not process, like we personally do not process returns, exchanges, any kind of technical issues, any of that stuff. Customer service takes care of it all. We don't take people's credit card numbers. We don't do any of that stuff. That's what customer service is for. And that's part of your payment that you pay each month, which is so worth it. As well, you pay for your own personal products. So like Courtney and Erin and Sarah were saying, you know, this job is about being proof of the products. It's about showing up in the workouts, and it's about consuming the products, which are really incredible top of the line supplements to really help boost your nutrition and help you be the healthiest version of yourself. So what a freaking gift that's part of the job description, is to literally drink your shakes and take care of yourself. You're not stockpiling it in your garage to sell off to other people. You are literally only purchasing your own products for your own consumption, which is around like $100, $120 maybe a month. So just taking that into consideration, that's part of your investment as being a coach and an investment in you. The second question we get is, how much can you make? And the girls also touched on this tonight. You know, a hobby costs money. So this is something that if you want to sign up and you want to drink your shakes and maybe add 1 or 2 people here and there, that's something you can do for sure. But if you want to make a business out of this, if you want to be able, like Erin said, to walk away from your government job, it's not something that happens overnight. It's not something that happens without work and effort, but it is 100% possible. So the range here is massive. We have people on our team, everyone on our team with every set of financial goals is welcome, regardless of what serves you. But we've got women that have really big goals financially. And there are people earning 7 figures plus in Beachbody. So really the range is up to you and what you want to put into it. Next is Courtney.
Hey. Yeah. And Kara asked, is there a commitment to the products? Do you have to buy a certain amount each month? Which Jen mostly covered, but there is, and the answer is no, you don't have to buy anything. So long as you pay your business service fee, you will be paid the commissions that you earn, which that business service fee Jen mentioned is $20 or $15, depending on where you live. But there are a ton of recognition programs that Beachbody has. And in order to participate in those, you do need to meet their minimum, which is, it's a point system and it's 90 points, and that equals about 120, like Jen said. And that's all stuff that we cover in the training. So the next question I'm going to answer is, but is this a pyramid scheme? And I honestly think that it is such an important one to address because so many people are concerned about how to broach this subject with their spouse or with their family and what people are going to think of them. So just to answer the question plainly, a pyramid scheme is when you give money for no product or product or service in return. So no, it's not a pyramid scheme. But what I want to say on this topic, guys, is like, welcome to 2022. How many of you guys have been affected by COVID? You've had to work from home, or you've been laid off, or whatever has happened. In 2022, how about we make our own dang money? How about we're in control of our own finances? I know so many people that have a cap on their income where they work, and that this has significantly helped their family manage COVID circumstances. This business is an opportunity for you to basically open a business from your home, from your phone, for $160 or like $50 if you're already enrolled as a client, right? So it's not a pyramid scheme. It is network marketing, and the compensation plan is it's pretty complex. It's something that we help you navigate in the coach training and as you develop as a coach, but it's pretty freaking cool. And a lot of our incomes have just doubled every single year that we've been in this business. And in the beginning, I'll say, I felt really underpaid for the effort I put out. But now, 4 years later, I'm overpaid for the effort I put out. And that's something that's really incredible with network marketing and with the compensation plan, and something that we're really invested in as a team to help you do. In fact, we did our call last night, our coach team call on 2022 goals, and it was mostly based on financial. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors sometimes in network marketing, and we really are not that team. We want to help you achieve your goals, both financial and, health and wellness, by using coaching, and we're going to help you navigate the compensation plan to do that properly. So how much product do you have to buy? Like, if you're not making $200 to cover your product and then some, then this is a hobby, just like Jen said, right? The second question is a social media presence, and it's one that holds so many people back from doing this, that you don't want to put yourself out there on social media. And the short answer is, like, suck it up, buttercup, if it's the only thing holding you back from starting this business. But I do truly understand that it's a big one to overcome. One thing I'll say is that we're in your corner, and we want you to come across authentic. We want you to come across well, and we're going to help guide you in that sense. Like, something I always tell our new coaches is, like, don't come out being like, I'm a Beachbody coach, join my group, blah, blah, blah. Like, share your journey. That's the only thing you need to do in the beginning, is just share your journey. Don't put up slides and polls and all this like salesy shit that people that have been coaching for years are doing, because that feels weird. That feels tacky. That feels like scammy, Share your journey and be vulnerable and be authentic. And it's going to help you grow in those first sort of 30 days. And it's going to help you build trust on social media, because when you first do that post, people are going to be like, what's she doing? And then you're going to keep posting, and they're going to be like, and then after a little bit of time, they're going to be like, she's still showing up. What's she doing? Like, the perspective is going to change as you are consistent on social. I promise you. In the early stages of coaching, saw a friend over her shoulder talking about me over text to another friend, saying that it was too much. That really hurt my feelings. And that stayed with me for a long time. And I think a lot of coaches have a similar, a story, right? But what I'll say is that no one's laughing now. So easy way to feel confident and proud on social is to be successful in your business. Erin, I'll pass it to you.
Yeah. All right. So the question I often got, especially in the beginning, was like, how much time do you spend on this? Like, how much time do you need to be successful? And like I said, when I first started, and same with Sarah, like, I have no time for it, like zero. I barely had time to go to the bathroom alone, let alone like start a new business. So what I did is I did a bit of a time audit, and I got super real with myself on how I was spending my time from the moment I woke up at 5 a.m. to the minute I was going to bed at 10 p.m. Like, every hour I wrote down on a piece of paper, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, every hour. And I tried to see, like, how am I spending my time during that hour? And I got real with myself that there was pockets of time of like 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here, where I could do something. So I ended up spending an hour of my lunch hour at work doing this business. And then once my kids went to bed at night around 8 o'clock, instead of sitting on the couch slothing in complete exhaustion, I was using my time to like talk with other women and pour into our community. And I ended up getting so much more energy from that exercise instead of sitting there and scrolling, right? So it ended up really like giving back to me energy wise. And I also was able to find some time for this business. I will say, if you can find like 3 20-minute blocks or an hour extra in your day to do this business, you are off to the races. Like, that is so much time in the beginning to run this business. But it really depends what your goals are. Like we were talking about, there are people in this business who do this for fun as a hobby. And then there's people in this business who are making over 7 figures a year. So I'm sure the time that they put in is different. It ultimately depends on what your goals are, how much money you want to make, the impact you want to have, and like zero judgment from us. We're here to help you reach whatever goal that might be, right? So the person who's doing this as a hobby, just as welcome in our community as the person who's looking to make $1 million a year, right? So how do you get started doing this? And ultimately, we do this together. We do group mentorship every single month. We have our new coach mentorship starting up in January, and we were doing it on Monday. So it's perfect timing if you're looking to join us. But ultimately, this business is all about you. It's all about your health and wellness journey and about you going all in on yourself. So if you haven't yet done any of Beachbody's programs or done a challenge with us, we really encourage you to go all in on you, choose a program, give it a chance, like do every single workout, try the nutrition plan, like really go all in on yourself so that you can speak genuinely to it. Like like Jen said in the beginning, we're not salespeople here. We're not fitness experts. What we are is genuinely sharing our experience. So until you've had that experience, until you're able to do one of those programs and speak to your own transformation, whether that's physical, mental, or like just the confidence you're getting from that experience, it's hard to be a coach. So I would say pick a program, go all in on you, and then start with one of our group mentorships, like the one starting on Monday. Back to you, Jen.
So that's the end of our call this evening. We so appreciate you spending your time with us this evening and, letting yourself be open to hearing what this is about. Before we send you off, I do want to send you with a little something. When we are approached with something that's so out of the box, and like Courtney touched on, so many people within this space maybe are scared to dive into something that they haven't done before, or maybe they don't know too much about. And often it can scare us away and it can make us want to stay comfortable and not approach that thing. But I want to challenge you to ask yourself, why could you be really good at this? And why could this be something really incredible to add to your life right now? And something full of joy and excitement and community and new people. And take a minute to think about that, because I bet you if you're on this call, it's because you're invited by someone who genuinely thinks that you would be great at this. So take a second to ask yourself, what do they see in you? And then don't hesitate to reach out to the person who sent you here or who sent you the recording. And we hope to see you in the hood. Thanks so much. Take care.